Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I am King Pigley. This is Gaming Imperfectly, and we are back with Tom Clancy's The Division 2 during the open beta. And it is actually 10:41 at night, guys, so it could be shut off at any moment. We're on the 4th. And it ran from the 1st to the 4th, so I expect it to be shut down any minute now, actually. And they're going to take it away from us, but fear not. Since we pre-ordered this game, we are going to get early access to it, and we will start playing the full game on the 12th of this month. So just 8 more days, guys, and we'll be back to playing the entire game, and we're going to do a complete playthrough of it. So I hope you guys will join me for that. And let me start by saying welcome. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it, and I hope that you enjoy the content. And if you do, consider subscribing. But if you're a return viewer, you know you guys always have to be thanked by me a million times before I can finally move on. But it's because you're amazing human beings, and I appreciate you so very much that you come and choose to hang out with me and let's play some video games and have some fun, man, because that's what it's all really about. But I hope you guys are doing well, and we're going to jump right into it. So here's the deal. The Division 2. The reason I want to make this video and get some stuff said before it does shut off is that that's America, my home sweet home. I'm getting shot up. The drones are pretty cool. I've gotten more used to the drones this game than I was giving them credit for in the last game, or the last beta. I played the private beta, as you guys remember, and during that private beta, I made the comment that I didn't really care for the drones. I will amend that. I actually very much care for the drones. I like the drones. What this guy does, he's healing me, he's fixing my armor, and so I'm quite pleased with him, actually. Mazel tov. It was a boy. And so, yes, there you go. But I wanted to, I'm not making a review. I didn't want to do a review. I just want to do kind of my thoughts on this game. What do I like about it? What I dislike about it? That kind of thing. And you know, I really love the first game. The first Division. I still play it. It came out in 2016, and it was not all that great. It was very repetitive. Everything I've ever heard from people who started playing it when it first came out, which I am not one of those people, just to clarify. But in 2016, it didn't have much of an end game, so once you beat the story mode, which was kind of lacking in itself, it really left you wanting more. The storyline did. But once you beat the storyline, there was no real end game for those people that beat the storyline of this game, of the first Division. But over 2 years, not only did they improve the graphics and the quality of the game, but they also added great DLC, and the Division now has turned into just a wonderful, wonderful game. And if you've never played it, then I highly recommend that you do it. Raccoon. And check it out for yourself. It's a great game. But this game right here, you know, let's talk about, you know, the Division 2 now. You know, what are we looking at here? Well, in a lot of ways, it is already superior than the first Division. They've taken care of the bullet sponge problem for the most part, and that makes me, you know, really happy, because, you know, in the first game you could shoot somebody so many freaking times, and there's that deer, guys, and they would still be alive, you know, and it was so frustrating. And now there's a much better balance to you know, your enemies. But one thing I have to say I'm very unhappy about thus far is the graphics of this game when it comes to the agent himself. He looks waxy, like almost like a figurine of some kind, like a, you know, a G.I. Joe, or his skin looks weird. You know, his clothing doesn't look as sharp as in the first game. You know, I marvel at people's agents all the time in the first Division. The graphic, you know, and of them running. In the first game, the running, to me, now this is just my personal opinion, guys, the running of the agent, the climbing over stuff, looks much more natural. Actually looks like something you might see in real life. As to this guy, just kind of looks a little janky. There's something with it that just doesn't kind of mesh the way I think it should, or it certainly doesn't look as crisp. Like his hair, for instance. You know, if you look at the agent's hair, it just doesn't look it just doesn't look good to me. I don't know, guys. You know, I am no game master or expert by any stretch of the imagination, but I am a huge fan of the first Tom Clancy's The Division. And, you know, the more I play this game, which like I said, I've played the beta, both betas now, and we're 8 days out from the full release. You know, what are we gonna, you know, what can we say about this game? I'm looking forward to it. I'm enjoying it. Crap. Hyena down. Somebody call Simba. Scar? Oh shit, I shouldn't have come over that wall. I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. I apologize. Oh, dude. Well, how about that? Well, that brings up an interesting point, okay? Well, that's what I was going to get at. I like the AI in this game a lot more. Look at him searching through my stuff. They are much more intelligent. They react to you so much better than the first game. The first game, bad guys, you know, they just kind of were generic, and you could count on them to do something really stupid, always and forever. You know, it was just, they were routine, and once you knew how to take them out, it was, you know, really easy. It actually became a very easy task, except for the bullet sponging. Well, now what they've done is they've taken care of the bullet sponge problem, but these AI are highly aggressive. They're actually smart, and no, they use the battlefield well. They flank you, even at the very beginning. It's been difficult, and I like that. I can appreciate that about it. But you know, aside from what I think are crappy graphics, there's really been some crappy graphic issues in the game. You know, like I'm saying, from the agent, you know, to how he looks. You know, to some of the NPCs that you've run across. You know, they also just look pretty bad. You know, see-through faces, and you know, and I'm hoping that it's just bugs. You know, I mean, this is just a beta, and that they'll work it out. And again, you know, to be patient with it, guys. You know, for you guys that are like me that actually love the first game and are kind of disappointed with the way this one looks. You know,
I don't know how much longer we can hold out. We could really use your help.
Dude, I'll try to go find you some food or something.
Really needed those supplies.
You know, give it time. You know, remember the first Division came out in 2016, and it generally just stunk. You know, and has developed into kind of like a fine wine. You know, it's just gotten better with age.
Friendly control point detected.
And I think that this game will do the same. I have high hopes for it that, you know, what it might fall, where it may fall short right now in its infancy, it'll develop over the next 2 years. And you know, that leads me to, you know, this next year, the first year's downloadable content. I mean, I'm excited. You know, they're already going to add to the map, which we're in a fairly safe area right here, which is something we should look at. Like I said, I don't want to do a review. I just want to talk about the game. You know, we've only been allowed to play in this area here, these three areas here, but you notice this one with the White House isn't complete. They just cut out a piece of it and let you be in that little spot. You know, so you didn't even get a full playthrough of this area. Same thing with this one. So there's a whole piece of this area that they've cut out for you. So you're only allowed to be in this one spot. And then down here, they give you almost the entire area, but don't let you have access to any of this at all. You know, clearly. And you don't have access to this either. So you're just missing out on just a ton of just, you know, gameplay just in this area right here. And then if you really look, guys, then you have all this still. You have all of this. That's still coming. And that's just the full game release. And then you talk about within the first year, you know, this coming summer, I think their first DLC release is actually if I can remember. I read the article earlier today about the whole year out. They outlined the whole first year of the DLC, and it was called DC Outskirts. the outskirts, which I imagine is going to be somewhere, maybe here, possibly here. I mean, you know, you have a landmark right here. I don't know if they would put this on here if it was something you could never get to. I mean, I could be wrong, but they did this here, and eventually you get to play there. And, you know, the Washington Monument, you get to play there. You know, the Lincoln Memorial, you get to play there. And I think this is the Jefferson Memorial. And I can't imagine that you won't eventually get to go to it. So DC Outskirts Expedition is the first DLC, if I remember correctly. And then there's another one eventually coming out called Pentagon: The Last Castle. So, you know, great DLCs coming with this game, which is good, of course, you know, help it with the stigma of the first game having just a crap end game. I think that they really wanted to make sure that that didn't occur right out of the gate with this one. But, you know, I imagine they did that with certain sacrifices to this game in other ways, you know, and part of it, like, you know, what I think thus far is that this agent, some of the movements of an agent, and, man, holy smack, come here. Good night. It's just ridiculous. Like I said, him running, you know, if you look at him running, it just,
control point in
it doesn't look as smooth as the first game as far as I'm concerned. Him leaping over stuff, his cover-to-cover moves, it just doesn't seem as good as the first game. I just don't believe that it is. And that's just my personal opinion, guys. You know, it's fine to, if you totally disagree with me, if you're a fan of this game. I am a fan of this game. I have high hopes for this game. Other things, you know, just, you know, they took time to put yellow flowers in the vines. And, you know, I really appreciate the color palette of this game. And I think I've spoke about that in other videos about how I love that it's summertime. You know, it's really neat, guys. You know, to go from the just bland gray world of the First Division in New York to this just beautiful green, it's the Last Sons, this beautiful green summer, blue skies, rainstorms that are coming along in Division 2. You know, I'm just so blown away by it. It's great. But at that same time, there's certain graphics of this that they, you know, they kind of skimped on. I mean, again, this is a beta, so I have hopes that they'll address it. But at times you walk up to stuff and it just kind of looks like, you know, green blobs. It doesn't look very good. And again, it could be something they work on as time goes by. And again, maybe I'm just being overcritical. But overall, just my overall opinion of this game, I love it. You know, you see stuff like this, burn out trees, burn out buildings. Like I said, exploring DC, I've said this in a prior video, there's always something else that you seem to stumble across in this game. Some back alley that cuts into a parking lot or goes underground in this great parking structure. It's just, it leads on and on. It's something I really appreciate. And if they can do that by just allowing you access to such small areas, and you still manage to find things, and there's undergrounds. I mean, there's underground passages right there. You find these things right here that lead to the underground. What's the rest of this game hold? I mean, holy smokes. This is a huge map, guys. It's actually, you know, at first glance, I thought that maybe it wasn't as big as New York. But I think I'm terribly wrong. I think I was terribly mistaken. So that's it for King Pigley, guys. I'm just going to leave it at that. You know, I just wanted to, like I said, they're going to turn this off soon. And I don't know when it's going to happen. But it is coming. And, oh, there he went. You see that, guys? There's a giant osprey. An osprey. What a name for a plane. A helicopter. A mode of transportation for the military.
They're screwed now.
But I didn't cover everything, guys, and I know some of you played the open beta, and I know some of you are going to be playing Division 2 as well, that you enjoy this game like I do. If you're watching this video, first of all, thank you, but I'd love to hear your opinion on it. I mean, what do you think overall of Division 2? So go ahead and leave that in the comment section below. If you're new to the channel, I hope you like the content. Keep coming back. Consider subscribing. If you hit that bell, you'll get notifications when I upload, which is daily on most occasions, unless I'm sick or I have some sort of family emergency. But yeah, I mean, I'd love to have you guys continue to come back. And of course, if you guys are return viewers, I can't say enough about you guys. You know, you are amazing people, and I am so thankful for you, and grateful to you guys every single day that I get to make videos, and you guys come and watch them and enjoy them and are so positive and respond so nicely to me. I just really appreciate it, guys. You are wonderful, wonderful people, and I can't say enough about you. But that's it. That's it for us. That's it for Tom Clancy's Division until 8 days from now. So don't forget, guys. Starting on the 12th, we get 3 days early access. We're going to start playing The Division, and this time we won't have to stop. We're actually going to play all the way through, and we're going to see what the story's about. You know, I think that it's going to be better than the First Division's story, I hope, and we get to explore more, and I can't wait. I can't wait to check out the rest of this map and really have access to it and see how this game unfolds. And I hope you guys will come along with me. I hope you're excited about it too. So that's it for King Pigley today, guys. I'm out of here, and I will see you guys in the next video.